Novacaine is directed by Dan Burke and Robert Olson and stars Jack Quaid, Amber Midthunder, Ray Nicholson, and Jacob Batalon. When the girl of his dreams is kidnapped, a man incapable of feeling physical pain turns his rare condition into an unexpected advantage in the fight to rescue her. I remember seeing the trailer for this film and thinking that it was going to look really cool, but I also saw the trailer for a movie called Love Hurts a while ago, and that movie turned out to be pretty disappointing. I'll get to that movie when I get the chance. But I was worried that such a cool concept like this would somehow be butchered because somehow Hollywood is able to mess up simple ideas. But I'm happy to say that Novacaine was legitimately a fun time at the theaters. It's not the deepest film in the world. It's not going to explore the human condition in a deep and methodical way with nuance and character arcs that are up to the standards of The Godfather. It is not a deep movie at all. It is just a simple story of a knight trying to rescue the princess. But there's a bit of a twist to this kind of story at the end I think helped make the film feel a little bit fresh, though still pretty predictable as to how things are going to turn out. Because once we get this reveal to us, like this twist, you kind of know where the film has to go at this point, and it's just the anticipation of our main character learning that same truth and us knowing how he's going to react to this type of situation he finds himself in. But what makes the film still pretty intense to watch and still pretty tense up whenever an action scene comes up is all the brutality and bloody gore is able to just elevate everything. I'm so glad that this movie was R-rated. It would have been so easy to make this PG-13, but no, they went hard with the R rating. There is blood. There is bones crunching and breaking. There is like tons of ugly, dirty fight choreography that is imperfect but still feels gritty and so much fun to watch. Whenever Jack Quaid is getting hit, he can't feel any pain. So that means that he's able to kind of make his way through a fight okay, but that doesn't mean he can't still die. You have to be careful with what he breaks and what bones needs to be kept intact and how he needs to come out of a fight scene alive. Because with him not being able to feel pain, it makes him worried that he doesn't know when he's going to die or how he's going to die. Just that it's going to be instantaneous when he eventually passes. And the movie makes it clear that this side of the character is kind of a tragedy as well, with him not being able to feel pain. We see how meticulously he needs to make sure that his life goes as smoothly as possible. We see how he has to deal with his everyday life with carefulness and to make sure that he doesn't break a single one of his bones. And it is kind of sad to see how he kind of lives a life of solitary, even though you could tell from his face and longing of wanting to have a human connection, how much it would actually mean for him to be able to just walk around and do what he likes freely. So when this relationship between him and this girl is built up throughout the first act of the film, you really do feel for him, and you do feel that this relationship is genuine, which makes the twist of what happens later on feel all the more heartbreaking. This film had a legitimate soul and story it wanted to tell, and it does a pretty good job of having you root for the main characters and have him come out the very end hopefully okay, because that makes the action all the more impactful. Not just fun because of how he's able to dispose of these bad guys, but how he's able to make sure that he is not only safe, but you understand his willingness to try and save someone he actually cares for, and is willing to do whatever it takes to do that, because a human connection is just all he wants for his life. All in all, Novacaine was just a legitimately good time at the theater. Few problems are that the movie is a bit predictable, as I said, and there are some green screen effects that don't look all that great. And again, it's not the deepest film in the world. Some of the cinematography feels pretty standard, but for the most part, the characters are great and very well written and likable. I like the story and the message it gives out about finding a purpose in your life and true love, and how that connects to the classic story type of a knight saving the princess, and how that kind of has a bit of a twist to that kind of story. Jacob Batalon is really funny, and I like the relationship his character has with Jack Quaid's character. And the action is bloody, gritty, and brutal, and really fun to watch. Novacaine is just a really good time at the theaters, and I would highly recommend. I'm going to give Novacaine a B+. Thank you guys so much for watching. Put up a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.